another episode of Into the Pit. If you like my channel, drop me a like below or follow and subscribe for many more reviews and interviews. Today I'd like to talk about an album that has sort of formed my youth when I started getting into heavy metal and was one of the first albums by this band that I actually got a hold of, as not everything was freely available to us. And my first touching point was actually the album Who Made Who, which was a sort of compilation by AC/DC. And shortly thereafter I ran to the record store and found a cassette version of Fly on the Wall. Now, this album often gets slack online, by a lot of people, and that it's like one of the weaker ones, and I can't really follow. Now look, maybe it's because it's one of the first AC/DC albums that I had, but I always thought this was a very energetic, powerful, heavy record, very hard driving, and for me it was the same quality as like Who Made Who, and then later on Back in Black, this sort of level of intensity. And so I don't understand why this album always gets sort of treated a little bit like a, black sheep in the discography. I really enjoy this album. I think it's got some great tracks on it. And Fly on the Wall, the title track, obviously, Shake Your Foundations, First Blood, Danger, Synth the Pink, Playing with Girls, Stand Up, Hello High Water, Back in Business, Send for the Man, all great tracks. I really find this album very enjoyable, and it's every now and then that I put it on again, and I really dig this album, and I think it deserves a bit more praise than it's currently getting. So definitely a very influential album for me. This, along with Back in Black, and obviously the early Bon Scott material, and I also enjoy albums like For Those About to Rock, obviously, and even Flick of the Switch, which is another often maligned album by the public. And I really enjoy those. For me, AC/DC I really enjoyed them up until when albums like Razor's Edge started coming out. Then they sort of, I started fading a little bit with Blow Up Your Television or Blow Up Your Video. Then they started losing me a bit. But overall, I think this is a really great album, and it deserves another listen if you're an AC/DC fan or fan of their earlier material. I think it really does. It's got a really strong production. It was produced by Angus and Malcolm Young. So, a really cool album. Came out on Atlantic Records back in '85. So, yeah, if you're an AC/DC enthusiast and you haven't really given this album the light of day, give it another chance. Check it out. So, that's enough for me today. Check you out next time.